I'm Jake, and I volunteer at the centre helping out with fossil walks and rock pool tours, and I do gardening for a living, but I'm hoping to also be selling fossils as I'm still learning the craft, and eventually maybe even take people out on walks myself and be involved in fossils as much as I can. I love meeting all the different people. We get a lot of families, and you get people who are sort of on their own, and people of all levels of fossil ability and fossil hunting knowledge, and especially helping children find their sort of first ammonites, and how excited they are, and seeing how excited people are finding belemnites, which we all get maybe a bit fed up with after a while, but that's just as excited to find the belemnite as we are to find the bigger bits. So that's great, and it kind of reminds you that they're all amazing in their own way. I volunteer here because it's super important for the Heritage Centre to have volunteers, otherwise they would struggle. They have a few employed staff, but they need all the people that can volunteer and help to do with all the walks. We get a lot of people doing walks in the summer, and a couple of staff members probably can corral 60 members of the public. So no, and I love it, and it's just important to be involved, I think, with something like this. And for me, gaining experience and learning off the guys who work here about different fossils, about the geology of the area, and build up my fossiling knowledge and ability. It's hard to put it into words, really. It showcases everything we have here, and it inspires people, I think. If kids come here and see big ichthyosaur skulls, which I'm just pointing at now, and things like that, it shows that, you might not go out and find that, but it shows that these things are here. I think some people sort of maybe watch things online and see fossils being found and think that's unbelievable, that's impossible. But these things are here, and it's remarkable, down to the smallest ammonites and belemnites to these unbelievable ichthyosaur skulls. And it is just an inspiring place. And I speak to a lot of people who come in here when I'm on the beach, and they say, "Oh, that Heritage Centre is amazing, isn't it?" And I go, "Yes, it is. It's fantastic." That's a good question. I haven't been volunteering that long yet. But I did have. I was with a family looking for fossils and ammonites, and they weren't finding many. And we found a little pyroammonite. There's the family and the little girl was there, and she came over. We're like, "Where can you see it?" And she looked on the ground, and she saw it, and she just stood for like 5 seconds, just pointing at it, and just looking at her dad and looking back at the fossil, and then picked it up and was just sort of just staring at it really intently, and just fascinated with it, I guess. I couldn't believe what she had, and then she just slipped it in her pocket. And it's just the joy that it brings to especially children. That's really special to me.